We are here to serve it, and we have a moment and a time to come together and celebrate 100 years and look forward to the next 100 years that starts now.
Torrance Memorial Medical Center's president and CEO Keith Hobbs takes us on a walk down memory lane, all the way back to the hospital's beginning.
Torrance Memorial was founded in 1925 by Jared and Helena Torrance. They had a vision and felt the need to have healthcare here in the local community to serve the South Bay. Jared Torrance, also the founder of the city of Torrance, unfortunately passed away 3 years before the hospital opened, but his wife Helena fulfilled that dream to open the hospital, and I believe as they both look down on us today, they'd be very proud of us of where we're at 100 years.
The hospital first opened in downtown Torrance. Years later, it would move to the 3300 block of Lomita Boulevard and become the biggest employer in the city of Torrance.
We have over 443 beds licensed, over 1,100 physicians on our medical staff, 4,300 staff, and we have over 600 active volunteers serving our community and our patients.
Having such a big footprint in our city also led hospital leaders to invest heavily into our community.
Every 3 years, Torrance Memorial completes a community needs assessment, surveying local schools, local charities, and what they see as the greatest needs. Through that, then, we create a top 10 list, and then we put on health fairs, education seminars. We will partner with other non-for-profits to help them with whatever those community needs are.
Hobbs says COVID-19 also influenced some of their priorities.
Going through the pandemic was a difficult time for so many, and so expanding our mental health capacities for the community has been important to us.
During the pandemic, the hospital teamed up with the city in a life-altering way.
One of the things that was most important to us during that timeline was as the vaccine started to roll out, those patients that were getting discharged that didn't have the mobility to get around to get vaccinated, we partnered with Torrance Fire Department to be able to distribute vaccines to a greatly needed population.
The partnership with our first responders continued during more festive times.
Every year we have a holiday festival. We put up a 16,000 square foot tent on our parking lot, and each and every year we partner with both the local police department and the Torrance Fire Department in collecting and then distributing toys to the community.
Torrance Memorial also lifted up our veterans through a touching ceremony on Veterans Day, celebrating the dedication and courage of staff members and volunteers who served in the armed forces.
In being here for 4 years, the number one thing that stood out to me was this organization's culture. And it's something that excited me inside to make the decision to leave after being part of Children's Hospital Los Angeles and Keck Medicine of USC for about 30 years. My 2 boys who lived with us when we first moved down here would constantly remind me and said, "Dad, I don't know why we didn't move down here years ago." They enjoy it so much.
Hobbs says living and working in the South Bay helps him to realize how special this hospital is to so many people.
We met with the fire chief and the fire marshal looking at some of the projects that we're working on here at the hospital, and it was the fire marshal who said they were born here. So it is very common. I was born here. My mom was born here. My mom or dad works here. My grandchildren work here.
This is also where my grandfather gave his final blessing, watched his granddaughter get engaged, and passed away peacefully the following evening.
This hospital is embedded in the community.
Now, as we look into the future, Torrance Memorial has big plans.
We will be the first 2-story emergency department in the state of California. It will more than double the size of our emergency department. We'll have over 80 treatment bays in the 2-story building. And along with that, we have to find a place where as the hospital grows, we have a place to put those patients. So we're actively looking at bringing back online a couple floors in our central tower so that we can expand the number of beds to keep pace with the growing and expansion of our emergency department.
To commemorate the first century of care, the hospital invites everyone to a 2-day event.
We'll have a community health fair, we'll do some screenings, we'll have some of our latest and greatest technologies, robots that we perform procedures on. I think we'll also be doing a health screening for teddy bears and stuffed animals, and so if you've got a teddy bear or a stuffed animal that needs an annual health checkup, you can bring that to the community event, and we're more than happy to check them out and make sure they're doing okay.
100-year-old contents from a time capsule from the original hospital's cornerstone will also be on display. The festivities take place from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, April 26th and 27th at Torrance Memorial's Skypark parking lot. Just look for the big white tents like the ones used during the holiday festival. I'm Christine Lee with the City of Torrance.